𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Hey, everybody. Hello, people. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Miss Sabrina. How are you? See, I don't always wear black. That's how I was feeling myself this morning. I was like, who get babe? Like, you, somebody's like, kids are like, who you asking? Listen, boy, you don't understand. Hello, Miss 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 Sanctuary, the latest green card holder in town. Faultless babe. Hi, everyone. Another informative and highly anticipated. Thank you. I hope. I hope. Basky. What do you mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you want? See, y'all not doing like TJ. Because when TJ wants something, that's when he showers his mama with compliments like, "Hey, your hair is really nice." What do you want? You've seen the hair all day. What is it? Hi, everyone. Good evening. Come on in. Say hello when you come on. Yeah, it's kind of like out of my comfort zone, Mr. Bena. But hey, I was like, I don't feel like black today. Like, let's. And I was like, he, in short, Mutemakpada, dating scene. What's going on? Emma won't see. That was in the morning. It's nighttime. That feeling is gone. That feeling is gone. Well, hi everyone. This is attorney Episola Adebola Olale Omobabasam. Come on in. Say hello when you come on. Let's talk immigration, people. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We come together as a group, a community of immigrants and or family members of immigrants that are sponsored relatives or in the midst of sponsoring relatives, and we share our stories. Thank you, Mr. Sanctuary. We share our stories, we encourage one another, we share testimonies, and you know, we motivate one another, we celebrate, we encourage, you know, whatever it takes for us to keep going. So if you this is your first time here, say hello, let us know your first time. Welcome to, as Miss 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 Sanctuary will say, the most positive is it, what do you say, most positive platform in social media space. Is it social media space? She's going to say it. Don't worry. So, and yes, on Tuesday we celebrated my little sis, Miss 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 Sanctuary. Listen, y'all. Just wait till I get that green card in my hands. In short, I will just declare public holiday for my for my entire staff. But anyway, Miss Chinenya from Chicago. Why do I think I should know you? Because we've probably met before, right? When will you celebrate me, Miss Amaji? Wait, you already know where we are, right? Let me turn to big sister. You definitely missed miss what Miss 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 Sanctuary said on Tuesday. You said, I can guarantee you were not on, because she talked about patience. But anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's talk immigration. Our contact information is 334-341-4475. So if we can help you with your immigration cases, let us know. We'll be glad to represent you. Social media platforms. I'm tired, yo. My brain is just trying to to catch up. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe, like, follow, share. We'll be very, very grateful. Y'all, I'm telling you, I can't even tell you how many, almost every day someone's going to call, someone's going to email or email my assistant and say, let her know that the information she shares is really life-changing and very helpful, and you just never, sometimes answering questions, and sometimes maybe it's scared or not that, my friend who's always bothering me, Auntie, tomato command your office me anyhow. But along, the point behind all that is, or the message in that is, you're learning something. So please share. You just never know who is trying to figure out what's the next step for them to take in the immigration journey, and they're just waiting for some kind of sign, some kind of motivation, or some information that may help them make a decision and all that. That'll be very, very. Hello, finest Shandy. So every Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and everywhere else, I don't know. I went to law school, so I don't know how to do math. So y'all figure it out. But welcome in. Tonight, what are we talking about tonight? So I had so many questions on Tuesday because I just had to spend time with my girl to share her experience and the testimony. So let's make up for some of the time on Tuesday by doing the question night. So put in your questions in the comment section. Please do not repeat questions. If you repeat it, I will skip the question. So if you see that you repeat your questions and you're like, Auntie, you take a question me. First of all, I don't have to, because you're not paying me to do this. No, you're not. So this is where we come together and we share. But please help me help you so we can get through everyone's questions as quickly as possible by not repeating the question, and just let so I can read through it. So keep putting your questions in the comment section. Y'all, can you believe it's almost July 4th? Like this month was just like that. Today is the 25th. Tomorrow is the 26th. Oh, by the way, I'm trying to think what we're going to do this year for birthday celebration. So we are about just a little under 4 weeks from my 46th birthday. Yes, August 21st. So what I've told y'all now, your money moves off for you, because lick fingers is a call away. August 21st, year 46, by the grace of God. What was I saying the other day? So when we celebrated my ex-husband's 50th birthday, because my ex-husband turned 50 last month, and I said, I don't know what I said. Because I said, a doctor, because he's a doctor, he's a physicist, like a doctor half a century. You might today, telling half a century, and they're telling like TV, that is half a century old. This kid is going to turn around. This kid of mine that has a mouth of his mama, is going to turn around and tell me, you're not too far behind. Said I'm not too far behind. I know, I was shocked. I wasn't shocked. I was shook. I was really shook. That's what's 𝒂𝒏𝒕 shocked. I was like, huh? Yeah. So Emma Dalon, he's just trying to defend his father, but that's okay. But anyway, so still trying to think what we're going to do, celebrate another year of God's favor and all that. But let's talk immigration. Hey, Miss Mazala, how are you? TJ, you wanted to that kid. He's going to tell me I'm not too far behind. You're not part of this one. He said it, and then he now left, and he went to stand at a distance looking at me. America is America. Who born the child to tell your mother in Nigeria that no way, no, it's like 50 go something like that. English language is no respecter of man. We already know that. says like, are you going to say what's disrespectful or not? Because you don't know. It's English language. With a straight face, like look me in the eye, and like, ah. And of course, my ex-husband was laughing his butt off, like, very funny. But anyway, if you need to contact us, our contact information is 334-341-4475. Visit our website at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Fastest, easiest way to schedule your consultation. If you've got questions about how to, whatever it is, how to, get scheduled for an appointment, we'll be glad to help you. If you call our office, any of my staff members will be able to help you with information. But it's very, very easy just to go ahead and do that on our website. Once again, please share, like, follow, subscribe, YouTube channel, TikTok, LinkedIn. All of that is at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 Immigration for all the social media platforms. All right, people, let's get as many questions as possible. Let me start on TikTok. I usually start on Facebook. So put your questions in the comment section. I'll try to go through all of it, as many as I can. So at least go through around each. Okay, let's see. Johnny, thank you for joining. Welcome in. Alrighty. Oh, thank you. Good evening, Miss Sisi. How are you? Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's start with that. Anything that's got to do with processing time, how long is something going to be? Please go on uscis.gov/processing time. And that's not a question that I can answer because that's just USCI's processing time. Now, the one thing I'll tell you though is obviously a lot of things done with immigration is going to be, it's usually politically driven. So elections are coming up, so we already know that. What we're seeing because of that, we're seeing an uptick in them processing naturalization as soon as possible, because obviously, in order for you to vote in federal elections, you've got to be a citizen. And we know all the changes that has gone on with the parties and all that in the last week, or a few days, I should say. So that's what we're seeing, that they're scheduling interviews pretty fast for citizenship. And I'm also telling people that are qualified that whatever you can file that you qualify for, especially if you've already qualified for, you're eligible for citizenship and you're yet to file, we don't know what's going to. Our prayer is that whoever wins is not going to be an anti-immigrant administration, but it's a 50-50 chance as it stands. We'll vote, we'll pray, but at the end, God's will be done. While we wait for that to happen, the best thing you can do for yourself or for whoever you know is able to file for citizenship and do that, or submit whatever you can prior to the administration changing hands. If that happens, get that in, because you just don't know. Don't sit on the fence and say, yeah, it's not going to change. We already had a taste of what the other party is like the other time. The funny thing is, I just for the life of me cannot understand how this guy and the guy and the person he chose as his running mate, both of them are married to foreign women. Like, both of them are married to immigrants. And how does it now make it make sense? You're married to foreigners, but then you're anti-immigrant. It doesn't add up. Make it make sense. But here we are. So citizenship, I'm seeing that they're doing that much faster. Anything else, go on uscis.gov/processing time to get information on that. Okay. Do VAR-case people do biometrics? Yes. Sometimes USCIs will send you a notice saying that they're going to reuse your fingerprints. Disclaimer: general information on responses tonight. Nothing special in anyone's case. Turn in my husband's DS-260. What happens next? They'll tell you when you become documentally qualified, when you submit all the required documents, and you wait for an interview date to be scheduled. Do you help in relocating from the UK to USA? I don't help to relocate. You have to qualify for, you eligible for something, an immigration benefit. So you can consult with the lawyer to see what you qualify for. If I'm approved for work and travel documents, does that mean I will get green card? No. Thank you. Virgos, we don't play. I'm not a Virgo baby. I'm a Leo baby. That's why I am not Virgo. I'm Leo. August 21st. People say I'm very, very. I have a very strong personality. That much I will tell you. And for someone who's all but 5 foot tall, I'm telling you, it's like people will be like, "Were you the one that I spoke with on the phone?" Yeah, that would be me. Oh, that person sounded much bigger. I know. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. So I'm not Virgo. I'm a Leo baby, but we don't play either. So all those babies loading. Okay, let's see. Thank you, banknote. Okay. Hello, Miss Delia. How are you? It's been a while. How have you been? If you are legally in the U.S. currently, do you file the I-130 and I-45 concurrently? Are you married to a citizen? Are you married to a green card holder? How did you come in? Um, Legally in the current. Okay, so you're legally. So you have an I-94. I'm assuming you are on a non-immigrant status that is still valid. So if you qualify, so right now to file concurrently, family based, you've got to be an immediate relative. Employment wise, you're in EB1 category. So it just depends on what you're filing. So if you're talking about an I-130, I-45, then you have to, I'm assuming you are either married to a citizen or you're a parent of a citizen or, minor child of a citizen. So, but whether or not you should file concurrently, that's not the question I can answer for your specific case. Can you file concurrently I-130, I-45? Generally, yes. Okay, married to a citizen coming as F1. Okay, then generally yes. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but generally yes. You have to also keep in mind how long you've been in here for, and making sure that you still satisfy the requirements of your F1 status. The fact that you're an F1, if you don't go to school, regardless of whether your I-94 states in duration of status, you still can be terminated. Your I-20 and service account can be terminated, and then you'll be out of status. Just an FYI, so you know that. Okay. Hello, Incam. How are you? Hello, Mr. Tony, Miss Sabina. Thank you so much. Yeah, just a reminder, please kindly like and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Olale Immigration. That will be very much appreciated. Share, like, follow, subscribe. Hello, Miss Giwa. How are you? Jazz says, I'm from India. I have a pending asylum in VAWA. Can I travel to Europe on VAWA AP? I cannot advise whether or not you can travel. The only people I can give advice as far as whether you should travel or not are those who are my current clients. So if you have an attorney, ask your attorney because they know about your case and they will be in a better position to give you advice on travel. Happy Thursday, Miss Giwa. How are you? Wondering if anyone with advanced parole has traveled to Canada. Did you need a visa or was advanced parole card all you needed to re-enter US? You don't need a visa to re-enter US. That's why you have the advanced parole. What visa would you be needing if you have advanced parole? Okay. Hello. I followed all your all your tips. I got my combo in 54 days. You're welcome. See, that's what we're talking about, people. You just never know who is going to benefit. So please share. Um, can I divorce the same spouse twice? Done it once, but reunited with informal marriage, cannot divorce again. I can't tell you whether you should divorce a spouse or not without knowing anything about your background. That's not an immigration question. That's a domestic relations question. Okay, let's go to Instagram. Bring on your questions now. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, there. Answer question now. I'm here now. Let's do it. Let's the questions. Questions night. I didn't even put it on. Let's see. So this is Cecilia. What's your advice for my case? That's what we're talking about tonight. Hello, Miss Nilechi. How are you? Okay. Basking. I'm thinking that's okay. That's what it means. Thank you. I was just I was just about to say that. Um, Miss Abeda, I'm telling you, Miss Ellen Sanctuary has some terms and phrases that it's almost like each day I look forward to her comments. Like if even if I had no plans of going on social media, I had to go because she's got to. She's got some phrases and terms like what, like I want to be you when I grow up, kind of thing. The most positive immigration space on social media. Yeah, on social networks. That's it. The most positive immigration space on social networks. So, yes, yes. And talking about celebrating, we got a PD request in record time. Like if you waiting on PD requests or you're seeking PD requests in from the DHS attorney in states where it takes them months to years, you would understand the excitement from today. It was just God, I'm telling you. So yes, hello to our latest permanent resident. Yes, yes, Mr. in the sanctuary. Okay, let's see. I would take one day off to celebrate it in the sanctuary. Let's move on. Oh, she already answered it. You know what you say? I ain't even started. Oh God. Oh Lord Jesus. I listened to her testimony 3 times. That was if you missed it on Tuesday, you need to go on our page to just listen to. It's one thing to just talk about your experience, another thing to have a heartfelt um what was a heartfelt moment. That was what it was about. It was just knowing someone who had I tell you, I can never forget the day that we had our first consult with her over 3 years ago. She was literally sitting on the floor during that consultation and looking like the whole world was on her shoulder. Just like, and for someone to trust God to use you through for them for their case, there's nothing more gratifying, nothing more fulfilling. And now to be able to come and because that was just the summary of what she said, but obviously we can't give you details of everything that transpired the whole time. Just going through that from not even getting the right. I mean, it was, but I'm just it was just heartfelt, and I pray that each and every one of us is able to experience that moment, one way or the other. Let's see. Someone I forgot to tell you, someone I referred to that had a consultation with you last year just got his green card. Miss Ellen Sanctuary, does his name start with A? Because I saw his, so I was going through my files and I saw his had done a FOIA with him. I saw his what's it called? His file, his name folder come up, and I was like, I wonder what's going on with him. Is that him? His name, his first name starts with A, last name starts with Y. Is that him? That would be awesome because oh my goodness, you have no idea. 46 bulls are born. See, I told you she's got. Oh my god. Is there processing time for termination or removal after approval of VAR case? If there is none, what can one do to expedite the termination? The VAR has been approved since 11 months ago. I would assume, Steve, that you've got an attorney helping you. So if you are waiting on the PD request, each office has their own timeline. There's no processing time. So I'm hoping you have a lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer, then you want to get one to help you out, because I am one of those, like, I just always set a reminder or tell my clients, hey, shoot me an email 30 days, every 30 days. Let's send them a reminder, because, you know, they've got a lot of cases and they're understaffed. They're short staffed. So it doesn't hurt. Most of them always tell me, okay, don't send us any emails. And that's when I know, okay, I've crossed, but I will still send the email. So that's what I would say. If you don't have an attorney, get yourself one. And also, the truth hurts sometimes, but let him sleep outside for one night. And Mr. Mike, so that the children's services will come get me, right? I hear you. Good to. Okay. And just FYI, we represent immigration clients in all states. So it doesn't matter what state you live in. Mr. Maggi. So it's only your mouth that is bold enough. Because what he says, by the time Kamala Harris is running for a second term, you'll be 50. Thank you for the information. How about you go put it on CNN? Oh, no, CNN is not too close. Take a flight to Nigeria and get contact NTA that can umbo and you people we need news of the day. We'll still be rocking it though. Can't see. Fighting immigration, but your wife and in-laws are immigrants. Make it make sense. Okay. My advance parole was approved since last year, November, but yet to receive my documents. So what's your question? Okay, let's see. Can you tell me the exact application to file for my 14-year-olds and 9-year-old son through marriage? What I can tell you is to sit down with a lawyer and figure out what exactly you need to file. Kindly discuss prima facie. Is it okay to make use of those benefits or leave it? As long as your VAR case is pending, that's the whole point of having that prima facie document, so that you can apply for, you're going to be classified as a qualified alien during the duration of your case pending. So you're able to use that document to apply for those benefits without it being a problem with you being able to apply for a green card. Does VAR not go to Nebraska instead of Vermont? Yes, that's been over a year now. That's the way you file your VAR cases. Finance Chinese says, don't talk about that video again. I have watched and listened to it more than 3 times, and I felt happy with. Yes. His name starts with B. Text me later on. But Miss Sanctuary, you remember the one I'm talking about, though. His name, his first name is first name initial is A, last name initial is Y. I cannot wait for him. I know he's gone through so much. I'm hoping that yeah. How long do spousal visas take after it's transferred to the consulate in Nigeria? Have you seen any difference with Abuja versus Lagos? Um, I haven't been comparing really. So how long it takes has it's that's a very, very broad question because it has a lot to do with how long it's going to take for you to get documentary qualified, and then the longest part of it is going to be waiting for the interview dates. Pacific Blue 21, hello from San Diego. Thank you for joining. Hello, Woo boy. How are you? Tuning in because I'm addicted to your life. Hey, I ain't complaining. That's okay. That's okay. I need you to have an emergency. Panda underscore, if you go on our website, go ahead and schedule a consultation. Obviously, we can't discuss anything specific on public platform. So that's what you would need to do. Okay, text me. Oh, you know who I'm talking about. Any update on him? He was when I was looking at his folder. I'm just really hoping that can I file for my father, who is here with me, and my mother in Nigeria at the same time. I am assuming that you are a citizen. And so if your dad is here and he is willing to, so when you say who is here, are you planning for him to stay back and get the green card, or just file the I-130 because he's got a visitor visa that he can use back and forth? What is it that you want to do? Haven't heard from him in a while. I hope he's fine. Yeah, okay. But text me who it is. I'm sure it's probably. I mean, it doesn't get old. Just being able to celebrate people getting their green cards and citizenship and against all odds, it's just great. Okay, so when you say yes to he's here, he's going to file everything, or yes to you're just going to file the I-130 just like you filed for your mom who's in Nigeria? Hello, yes, no? Alrighty. Oh, Farida, thank you. I called you the Queen of Val in French earlier. See, now I want to go back. Lorraine Duval. Oh, okay. Did I say it properly? Because you can tell I was like, okay, what is that? That's not English. Thank you. Can you explain the issue about asylum pending and EB3 adjusting the status? Yeah, I've done a whole video about that. So, Tony, if you go on my page, you will see that video. We did a whole session about that. So, that's in a nutshell. You just depend on a lot of factors, whether you overstayed before you filed for asylum, whether you had filed before your I-94 expired, if you qualify, if you cannot adjust status in the United States, then you can apply for advanced parole and have your immigrant visa applied for at a third-party country. That there's a whole video about that. That's where you need to go watch. I got RFE initial evidence on, but never received the letter. It could be the prima facie reflecting an app as RFE. No, it's not. The prima facie never reflects as an RFE. No. If they sent you a request for evidence for initial evidence, I'm hoping you've got a lawyer. If not, you need to contact one, or now you can actually call. So if you've got a valid case that is pending, USCI has updated their request for information and policy, where it used to be you could not get any information about valid cases when you call the toll-free number. Get now, you as the petitioner, you're able to call the toll-free number and get information about your valid case. They have and I've witnessed that because I had a client on the phone and I was able to hear the kind of questions they ask. So they're really, really careful about very specific security identity questions that you have to know about that case to know those answers. And you never know what they're going to ask you. So that's great. So once you're able to verify and answer those questions correctly, then you can let them know that you have not received a copy of your request for evidence, and they should be able to send that to you. If you have an attorney, let your attorney email them directly. And you can do that. Your attorney can send an email. You can also call the toll-free number and get a copy of that, because the last thing you want to do is to ignore that. And it's, if you don't respond within the timeline given, your case is going to be deemed to have been abandoned, and they probably will deny it without any further adjudication. So you want to take that seriously. Okay. Okay, so if your dad wants to stay back, then there's nothing that says you cannot do a concurrent AOS application for him. So filing the I-130, I-485 at the same time, and also doing for your mom. Keep in mind, however, that if your mom intends, depends on the age of your parents, but once you have one parent who's here and you are and they've started the filing and they're adjusting status here, that may potentially affect the other parent, especially if they're going to renew your visas, because one parent has now stayed back. Just something to be aware of. But other than that, you can. And if your mom is not really keen on traveling all the time, then I'm sure she'd be willing to wait until that has been approved. So that nothing stops you from doing that, but so you know that that's a possibility. Let's see. I think we've gotten updates on Instagram. Okay, you filed yourself. All right, you can do that and just confirm information, but follow up with that. The last thing you want is for them to deny your case, and you've been probably been waiting for a while. Okay, let's see. I have a 10-year green card. I have been out of the U.S. for 5 years. Am I okay to go back to the U.S.? So technically, CBP is not supposed to allow you back into the country. That's the law. But do people come in when they've been outside the U.S. for years and come back in without any issues? That happens. Is it also possible that you're going to get a CBP officer that knows what they're supposed to do, and they see that you have not come in 5 years? That means that you have been deemed to have abandoned your permanent residency, and they may deny you, admission. So I can't tell you whether or not you should come back, but those are the possible scenarios that may play out when you attempt to come back. Most of the time, people don't have any issues. Happy birthday. Go to Jamaica. Funny you should say that. Okay. But there is so I won't say what I was going to say. Because you're like, this is like, let me leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Let's see. Okay. A friend washed his passport in the washing machine. Where do y'all get these friends from? How do y'all get friends that share so much about their personal life with you? Why don't I have friends like that? Like, let's know, right? So what's the question about your friend washing his passport in the washing machine? Okay. How does it replace it? That's his visa. And he will go back to the embassy. Like, how do you wash your passport in the washing machine? Like, it's sizable, like you would know. But anyway, yeah. Okay. Can my mom come to the U.S. with B1, B2 visa while I'm on asylum case? Your mom's if your mom has a visa, her coming to the United States has nothing to do with your asylum. She is her own individual, just like you are. One is not dependent on the other. Can I file as a green card holder for my daughter of 29 years unmarried who is in the UK? Yes, you can. It takes a while, but yes. But once she gets married, that you would have to be a citizen before you can file for her again. Okay. I'm a U.S. citizen. How long does it take to bring a spouse to the United States? That's a very broad question. There is no set time. It just depends on a lot of factors going into that. Is there a chance that a 21-year-old daughter be included in the dad's EB3 petition? No. Okay. I want to book a session with you. How do I go about that? You will go on our website. Urshi, you go on our website, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. That's the fastest way. Or call us when we are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or text on WhatsApp. Lydia will be glad to give you that information. But the easiest, fastest way is to go on 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 and you'll be able to do it easily yourself. Okay. All right. So I think we got a whole passport with how we get up. I think the way I guard my passport, you would think is more than passport because it's like, so I'm trying to imagine, like, how do you, what's your passport? So your friend told you about it from me. Like, my friend has to really trust you. I mean, is a friend you? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. My I-130, I-485 was approved today. Congratulations. I did concourse or concurrent filing. I mean, the U.S. How long will it take for my online case to update? I see the approval notice on my husband's online account. I can't answer a question about how long USCIS is going to take to update the information on their website. Even though I know the processing time is 40 months for VAWA, have you seen any approvals in your practice within a short time? Absolutely. We've seen approvals for those. I've had a VAWA case approved in 5 months and no capping. Like, I've had VAWA case approved in 5 months. Let's see. So we found February was approved in August. That was actually last year. Yeah, last year. We've also had VAWA cases approved 8 months, a year, 18 months, but half of those were we submitted expedited requests. But there was one that it was not an expedited. That was when they really, because normally they're supposed to apply the priority date of your I-130 to your, if you were the beneficiary of an I-130 to the VAWA case. So we had there was no expedited request made, but based on the priority date that his wife had filed for him so we filed this in 2021. His wife had filed an I-130 in 2019. And so we filed his case March 2021. It was approved. I want to say towards the end of 2022, was less than 2 years, no expedited request, nothing. So I have, but 80% or more usually would hit that 3-year mark. Learned Sisi nurse. I love that. Learned Sisi nurse. It happened to Miss Alessandra. There's someone else has a friend who had a passport washed. Like how do you leave I can understand money or documents, A whole passport. Why would you? That has to be a guy, because first of all, as women, we don't. Your passport is going to be in your purse. I mean, mine is in my purse. I don't ever put wallet. I don't write. Everything is in my purse. Like, y'all should see everything I carry each day. So that has to be a guy. So I guess I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I guess it's possible. Can you help in doing the filing? I live in Maryland, so I can contact you directly. You can contact my office, 334-341-4475, or go on our website to schedule a consultation. Every single case starts with a consultation. There's no way around that. And most importantly, we represent immigration clients in all states. So yes, we can help you. It doesn't matter what state you live in. Can I get married to my fiance in the U.S. on a visiting visa and file for I-130 later next year? Generally, yes, you can. Hello, Miss Scott. That's Miss Scott, one of the best psychologists you would ever meet, and one of the best when it comes to VA cases. Can a case of aggravated assault affect citizenship filing? Absolutely, because it would have to do with good moral character. Let's see. Okay, I think we have gone through most of the questions. That is where my S's and ladies are also chilling. Yeah, because I have a special character. Yeah, including expired ones. Well, then again, okay, so I have this briefcase that I came. You know how we have, if you're African, you have it. What that briefcase that you came to the US with, that has all your documents in this in the world, from your birth certificate that your parents gave you up until now. And so when I had kids, and now started the same tradition with having there's a special briefcase that I put everything about my kids, immunization record, birth certificate copy, social security, everything's like if they're asking everybody, nobody in the house knows their social security number. Nobody, everyone, hey, what's my social security number? Yes, there it is. Even my ex-husband, okay, what is this? There it is. So I guess is what moms do. And so then our passport is, if I can tell you where it is right now without. So, and once I get back home, it's going back there. So for me, it's like there are just some things that you can't. But I can understand if he's a guy. Men usually will put this stuff in their. See, that just actually proves our point that men can't do anything without women, because probably that's a single guy. Probably a single guy, because it was if that's, or someone who made his wife mad. Because if you're not single, either you're single or you made the woman in your life mad, and she was like, you're going to do your laundry yourself, or you're single and you just toss your laundry in the washing machine, forgetting that normally, because if you're going to do laundry, because I have sons and nobody does their laundry, go figure. Whenever I'm doing laundry, I have to check their pockets, because when I was married, I used to enjoy doing laundry because I did laundry for everybody. Because my ex-husband, for whatever reason, would always forget dollars in his pocket. I may not be talking to the guy, but if I see that money is not making it back to him. Go judge yourself. No, because if you don't remember to take the money out of your pocket, that's your loss. I'm doing the laundry. That's my gain. There we have it. So that's the way I see it. Is there any downside to not submitting medicals while filing for a marriage-based green card? There's no downside, but even USCIS is encouraging that you submit all your documents at the same time. And that's because if they don't have to send your request for evidence, then they are focusing more on the strength of your case and being able to decide whether or not they're going to go ahead and waive an interview, or if they have to do a request for evidence or bring you in. And the fact that the medicals no longer expire. Effective in November 2023, medical examinations do not expire anymore. So it doesn't matter that your case is pending a year, 2 years, it's not going to expire. So if you send it in, then you're saving yourself time. There is no downside. You're just saving yourself time in sending all of that at the same time. Hello, epic movements. How are you? Oh, another. I'm thinking African mom. You've got Caribbeans. Epic movement just said, yeah, you're Caribbean, you're African. You've got to have it. I don't care how bougie you think you are. We all listen. If we want to do bougie, I can do bougie all day, every day. But when it comes to some stuff, I'm still very, very Nigerian through and through. That's just it. It's just tradition. You've got to have it. You've got to have it. Like, that special box. When I went to Boston, 2 weeks ago, my mom still has. She's got copies of. She brought out a photo of my ex-husband and I from 2000. No, from 1998. But I was like, first of all, can I photo? She would like, you look back way back, yeah. But just to let you know, like, yeah, my wife organized our documents and passport. Without her, I might have washed my passport. Exactly, right? I know. Hello, Lizala. How are you? I'm crying. It is what it is. Oh, bless your wife. Yeah, thank God for women. The fire starts. I got my special box. Like, that's the point. God forbid, but they always say, "Here, what can you grab?" That's something you can grab. Like, at least you can start all over again with identification. Yeah, you already know. Like, okay, I get this. I got that. Yeah, that's the whole point, right? Okay, so all right. I think we got through. Hey, Miss Mackie, how are you? Let's see. Can you assist with a VAR case that is pending since 2016? Since 2016? 2016? What state are you in? That's 8 years. I only have pictures for proof of my marriage. In my VAR case, do I still stand a chance of approval? I can tell you that because I didn't work your case. But if you give them all you could and you include that details in your affidavit and your declaration, I've had cases approved just with declarations, very detailed declaration with eyewitness affidavits and description and all that. So, and photographs. So every case is different. It just depends on what you have in your case. If I-765 is approved and I-131 approved recently, is it a positive sign 485 and I-130 will be approved? No, it has nothing to do with that. Those are just travel documents and work authorization. Okay. All right. I think we got through all questions, so I'm glad we're able to do that. 8 years. So if your bar case is pending for 8 years, to answer your question, do I take over cases? I don't ever take over cases until I've done a FOIA request. So that's basically submitting a request to USCIS to get a copy of your file. And then that will determine whether it's a case I'm going to take. And if it's a case that I take, what my fee will be. If your case has been pending for 8 years, it's not. When you say 8 years, are you talking about it's been denied, you filed an appeal, and you keep filing a motion to reopen? It's just not. I'm not. It's not just. I've never seen that 8 years VAR case. Like, it. Help me out. Any update, Ms. Mackie? Any update on your end? Ms. Mackie already answered. You have to evaluate your case. Any update on your end? What's the status? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Okay. Okay. We will not wait in vain. Bible says our expectations shall not be cut off. We shall not wait in vain. I strongly believe that our praise will be louder than our fears and our doubts. It will drown out our fears and doubts. We would praise God even when we haven't seen it, because that praise is going to raise up testimonies for us and begin to make a way even where there seems to be no way. All right, people. So, yes, you need to sit down with a lawyer. That'll be great. I'm glad we're able to go through questions. Let's see. If I-130 is approved since 2021 with a party date of 2008. and married to a green card holder. So what's your question? It is with 2 RFE. Last one replied January 2023. No denial. Do you have a lawyer on your case? Can one adjust status here in the US? If you're married to a green card holder and you have an approved I-130 and the priority date is current, but you are not in valid status, you cannot adjust status. You can't get a green card. Your spouse has to become a citizen first in order for you to overcome that permanent bar. Okay. So, I mean, the only thing that will make, what state are you in? Are you in Maryland or New York? Because I know that there, and I think I talked about this 2 weeks ago. There are two people who were posing to be attorneys. One of them was recently convicted back in April, going to be sentenced next month. Their main thing was to file VAR cases for people without any proof and with forged documents. So those cases became part of the case. Those petitions became part of the criminal case as criminal file. And so because of that, USCIS is unable to process those cases. So it's not every case that was part of it, but some cases became part of the file where they cannot move forward because of the ongoing criminal case. So what state? Massachusetts. Okay, no, this is, get a second opinion, and we'll be glad to have a consultation with you, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓.com. But whether I can take away your kids, that's something that, for definitely, at the very least, I'll have to do a FOIA request of your records, see what's been going on. So yeah, I submitted my case with the help of a lawyer over a year ago and haven't received any news other than the confirmation recently. What should I do? I don't know what kind of case you did, but lawyers, if you already have receipt of submission of the case, that's all you need. I mean, that's all you can ask for a lawyer to do. Thank you, Ms. Albina. I got an RFP for my I-485. They're requesting me to submit I-864W since my I-360 was approved. What's the essence of they requesting the form since I'm exempt anyways? Some field offices do that, and that will be, I'm believing that you're going to come back and testify that means they're going to waive your case. Then shortly after you submit that I-864W, you should be receiving the approval of your green card, God willing. Do you handle asylum cases, please? Yes, we do. So we are going to, we've had so many celebrations this July. We thank God because he remains faithful. And we have spoken into existence that the second half of 2024 is going to be better than any other, the first half or any other years before. Our prayer is always that our yesterdays are never better than our tomorrows. And so as long as we know that God remains God, all the celebrations we've had, it's been just one from Miss Pinky. Usually comes up, she sent me an email earlier and like, hey, I got my package and I'm super happy. I still cannot believe this. But that is all. That's what it's all about. We know we're going to celebrate even much more before the year runs out. We know we're going to celebrate in spite of what may come. Elections coming and all that. Yes. At the end of the day, the heart of the king is in God's hands. He's the one who controls what happens. There's nothing that's going to happen in the future that God does not already know. If it's going to hurt his own children and to be to our detriment, it's not going to happen. But the fact that it's not going to benefit us immediately does not mean it wasn't part of God's plan. But at the end of the day, there is nothing that he has spoken that would not come into existence. So I am a true believer that there's nothing God starts that he does not finish. He has brought us this way. There's no how he would not give us permanent residency. People can say all they want to say about immigrants, you're illegal, whatever it is. That's okay. Their opinion of you is irrelevant. What matters is the destiny that God has ordained for you. And so our prayer together as we keep coming together and celebrating one another is to always have a reason to rejoice. But I keep going back to what Ms. Sanctuary said on Tuesday. Patience is something you will learn, even with knowing and trusting, because faith, that's what it's all about. Faith is your practicing faith has to do with patience. You haven't seen what God has promised, but you've got the belief that it's going to happen, and you start to move as if it has already happened. And so the patience to wait until it actually happens is what I pray that each and every one of us is able to experience. And let's just keep supporting one another, because we're in this together and we're going to all succeed and prevail and shine, God willing. It shall be well with each and every one of us. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'll see you next week.